All right, folks, good morning. Let's get started. Sorry, we're running a little late. So for today, June 2nd, Monday, we have the following information. At 9:45 a.m., we'll have final manufacturing PMI. That's a mildly important report, so we won't expect any significant impact. But at 10 a.m., we have ISM manufacturing PMI, ISM manufacturing prices, and construction spending month over month. Manufacturing PMI is the most important. Manufacturing prices is moderately important. Construction spending is of low importance. At 10:15 a.m., we'll have FOMC member Logan speaking. Not expecting a significant impact for that. Also not expecting a significant impact at 12:45 p.m. when FOMC member Goolsby speaks. But at 1 p.m. Eastern, we'll have FOMC chairperson Powell speaking at due to deliver opening remarks at the Federal Reserve Board of Governors International Finance Division's 75th anniversary conference. I'm sure there's going to be some Q&A as well, so we might get some random impacts from that. So it's possible we can trade, but you have to be very cautious when trading when Chairman Powell is speaking, since he might say something that can move the markets. All right, so having said that, oh, just realized my software is not open. Having said that, let's take a look at the software. Give me 1 second here. Let me log in. Okay, there we go. All right, so the QQQ ETF is going to open lower. Okay, we can see that clearly here. Um, Not dramatically lower, but lower than where we closed on Friday. Also, we note that after the tariff, uh, the tariff court decision that blocked it, the markets clearly knew that that was not going to hold for the moment. And of course, there's obviously the likelihood that there will be other methods by which to impose them. So, long story short, we're basically stuck in the same range as we were before. Okay, and on Friday, we found one trading opportunity, AMAT. There were others that were possible, but they mostly came up after the end of the morning session for us. So AMAT was an opportunity, bearish. At first, it reversed and didn't work out for us, but then later on, as the market started to sell off, it then went down to hit target number two, down to 154.08. A lot of other stocks were able to move lower later. For example, INTC was able to do a significant move down, but a lot of these didn't start to really go down until after the end of the morning session. So, not something that I was able to point out for the room, but perhaps some people took advantage of it. Having said that, let's look at the pre-market and see what's moving right now. So we have, first up is APLD. Let's bring that up on the screen. That is currently up 18.59% on 11.97 million shares. It's at least $1 per share. So we'll go ahead and add APLD to the list of stocks that are moving in the pre-market. APLD. All right, next up, let's see, is BMGL. That's currently up 43% plus on 25.5 million shares and at least $1 per share, so we'll add that. Next up is BPMC. Currently, that's up 26%. Looks like that's a buyout deal, so let's see. I'm guessing it got bought out, but let me double check. Yep. Sanofi to acquire Blueprint Medicines for $9.5 billion. So that's what's going on here. So we'll skip this one since there will be no way for us to make money off of that. Next up is CAPT, which is presently up 9.17% on 2.2 million shares. It's at least $1 per share. So we'll add CAPT to the list. Next up is FAAS, which is presently up 18.05% on 12.3 million shares, and it's at least $1 per share. So we'll go ahead and add FAAS to the list. Next up is HKPD, which is presently, HKPD, which is presently up about 5%. So not up enough, so we can skip that one. Next up is IMCC, which is presently IMCC is presently up 23.39% on 2.3 million shares. It's at least $1 per share, so we'll go ahead and add that IMCC to our list. Next up is IMNN, which is presently up 17.27% on 1.7 million shares. It's at least $1 per share, so we'll go ahead and add that IMNN to our list. Next up is KIDZ, which is presently up 9% on 1.4 million shares, at least $1 per share. So we'll add KIDZ to the list. Next up is Lyra, LYRA. That's presently up 516% on 12.2 million shares, at least $1 per share. So we'll go ahead and add LYRA to our list. Next up is Microalgo, MLGO, which is, well, that's presently down, so we'll skip that. It's only down 2%, so we'll skip that. Next up is NBIS, which is presently down only 5.31%, so not enough, so we'll skip that for now. Next up is NIVF, which is presently up 16.34% on 6.5 million shares, at least $1 per share. We will add that NIVF to our list. Next up is NVIDIA, which is presently, okay, it's only at 0.6%. It looked like it was up more, but never mind. Skip that one. Next up is NVTS, which is presently up 0.2, at break even, so that one doesn't count either, so we'll skip that. Next up is NVVE. That's currently up 9.84% on 1.9 million shares, at least $1 per share, so we'll add NVVE to our list. Next up is ONDS, which is presently up 10.66% on 2.4 million shares, at least $1 per share. So we'll go ahead and add ONDS to our list. Next up is PLTR, which is presently at break even, so we'll skip that. Next up is, let's look at Tesla really quickly here. That's only at 1%. All right, so next up is WETO. That currently is up 15.5% on about 7.9 million shares, at least $1 per share. Go ahead and add that WETO to our list. Now, if you folks see any other stocks that meet all four of our criteria, other than the stocks I already mentioned, let me know in the chat. Let me post them first. And the criteria we're looking for is a NASDAQ listed stock trading at least $1 per share in the current pre-market session. Must have achieved at least 1 million shares of pre-market volume as of right now. And at least a 6% price change currently that can be positive or negative. So INM is mentioned. Indeed, that's up 144% on about 25 million shares, at least $1 per share. So we will add that to our radar, INM, and CISO is mentioned as well. And that's currently up 23.46% on 2.1 million shares. But it's right at $1 right now. I'm going to add, I don't want to add that to a list unless it's above $1 per share. So I'll put that on our possibilities list, but I'm not going to put it on the actual list until it actually trades um, consistently above that price. All right, so we'll go ahead and wrap up for today's pre-market pulse. Please be sure to like the video. I see we have 7 likes, but more than 7 people watching. So please be sure to hit the like button, which greatly helps us with the YouTube algorithm. Also, go ahead and subscribe to the channel so that you get notifications when we produce a new video. And if anyone's watching this video on a replay and you're not familiar with our company, check out fundertrading.com, our website. You'll see a link in the description to this video. Other than that, for everyone who's part of the coaching program, I'll see you there in about 14 minutes, and we'll pick up for today's session. All right, folks, have a great trading day, and I'll see you for tomorrow's pre-market pulse. Take care.